There was this guy I used to know a while back. Honestly, if you looked at him, nothing about him stood out. He was short, broke, not good looking, had dropped out of school, and had no clear direction in life. In fact, he was one of the laziest and most unmotivated people I had ever met. But somehow, he never had trouble with women. It was crazy. Every time I saw him, he had a new girl around. He wasn't rich, charming, or special, yet they were all drawn to him. Naturally, I was curious. I asked him how he did it, but he never gave me a straight answer. So I started paying attention, and the more I studied him, his words, his attitude, the way he carried himself, I began to notice a pattern. He wasn't confident in the usual sense. He was emotionally messy, manipulative, and honestly kind of toxic. But that's exactly what made him so irresistible, for a while at least. When I later started learning more about psychology, especially the psychology of attraction, everything clicked. There was something he was doing, not consciously, but naturally, something incredibly powerful. It's a psychological trick I now call the emotional debt loop. And once you understand it, you'll realize why some people get under your skin and never leave, even if they don't deserve the space they take up in your mind. But before I explain how it works, I have to make something very clear. This isn't a game. This strategy is simple, but it can mess with someone's head if you misuse it. It's not a path to building real love. It's a tool for creating emotional tension. Use it with caution and never use it to hurt someone. So, what's the emotional debt loop? It's based on this simple principle. Give someone a moment that feels emotionally important, then deny them the chance to respond or resolve it. You create an emotional gap, and their brain, wired for closure, can't stop thinking about it. That gap starts to loop in their head. They replay the moment, searching for what they missed. They wonder if they said the wrong thing or didn't react the right way, and because you acted like it didn't matter, they feel like they failed you emotionally, even if you never asked for anything. They feel off balance, like they didn't show up the way they should have, and now they carry that discomfort, trying to fix something that wasn't broken, just incomplete. This is why people stay stuck on someone they barely knew. It's why they revisit old texts. It's why they remember someone who made them feel seen, but never followed through. Now here's where it gets interesting. You don't have to be emotional. In fact, this strategy works best when you're calm, relaxed. Like you didn't even notice you dropped a deep moment in the middle of a casual conversation. That contrast between something meaningful and your nonchalant attitude is what makes it so powerful. She hears your words later, not in the moment, but once it's passed. And now she's thinking, wait, what did that mean? Did I miss something important? That curiosity, that confusion, that's the beginning of the loop. She starts to feel like she should have said more or been more present. She now wants another chance to meet you at that emotional level, but you don't let her. You don't block her. You don't push her away. You just don't give her what she's hoping for. And now she's chasing not you, but the version of herself she wishes she showed you. And because you never demanded anything, she feels even more responsible for the moment that slipped away. Now here's where it gets deeper. The next time she opens up, it's not random. It's because she feels the need to reconnect, to prove she can match your emotional depth. She'll tell you something personal, something real, maybe not huge, but just vulnerable enough to feel risky. And most guys would lean in, encourage her, offer comfort. Not you. You notice it and move on. No reaction, no warmth, just a nod and a change of subject. She's left hanging, emotionally exposed, with no response from you. That's the punishment. Not cruelty, just silence. Now she's really hooked, because she gave you something that mattered to her, and you acted like it didn't matter at all. Her mind is now obsessed with doing better, with saying more, with unlocking a version of you that seems just out of reach. And here's the twist. Every time she tries again, you let her get close, then pull back. You stay one emotional step ahead. She leans in, you lean back. She shares more. You smile, say something vague, and shift the topic. She starts feeling like she's the one falling short, like she's always just about to reach something real with you, but never quite does. And now she's stuck in the loop. Her emotional investment keeps growing, but you're not giving her anything clear to hold on to. Then, when the tension is high and she's fully in that confused emotional space, you disappear. No warning, no explanation. You just go quiet. It's not ghosting, it's calculated silence after you've stirred up just enough emotional chaos for her to notice your absence more than your presence. Now she's stuck, thinking about the things she should have said, the things you might have meant, the way you looked at her before you vanished. She'll replay every detail, wonder if it was her fault, ask herself if she came on too strong or not strong enough. Her brain is looping, not because of love, but because she needs resolution, and that's the genius of this strategy. You gave her nothing, but made it feel like she missed everything. Eventually she'll reach out, a message, a story view, a random, hey, just testing the waters, just trying to see if the door is still open. And if you come back, you don't explain yourself. You don't say sorry, you just slide back into her life like nothing happened, calm, cool, collected. You say something like, I needed some space to clear my head, or sometimes I just unplug from the world for a while. And now suddenly, your silence has meaning. You weren't avoiding her, you were reflecting. That makes her feel special again, chosen. Now you reward her, just a little. You reference something she said before you disappeared. You say, by the way, I thought about that thing you said the other day. You were right. Boom. Her brain lights up. You remembered. You cared. You just didn't show it then. And now she's convinced there's more to discover, more to unlock. You close one loop, then open another. That's how you keep her emotionally invested. Eventually, if you want something real, you can stop the cycle. You can slowly begin to give more, but always on your terms. She'll treasure every bit you offer because she worked for it. And that's the illusion. She didn't just get your attention, she earned it. And that's how you build obsession, not with drama, not with games, but by understanding how the mind works and how to control the space between moments. That space is where desire lives, and now you know how to use it.